Hello, this is Fabrizio.
Marco.
Gabriel.
Welcome to Calcio Worldwide. Today's episode will be covering this past week's games,
As well as the disappointing Milan-Roma game.
And talking about everyone's favorite topic, Allegri.
Yes, everybody's favorite topic indeed. But first, straight down to business. There is a crazy hectic game. There's a battle for the top four. A race. A race for the ages. Milan-Roma.
This was an amazing game, actually. Only until the last 10 minutes of the game. Because the whole game was just defending, no chances, no creativity. The quality of the game was poor.
So in other words, a typical Serie A match.
I don't know.
A typical Mourinho match.
But this is kind of alarming for Milan because in the Champions League, you got to take those chances. You got to take risks. Milan and Roma were both conservative in their approach. Neither one was taking that extra step to take the risk. They were all afraid of each other, and you need courage in this game, especially in the Champions League, especially also in the Europa League too. This is alarming for both sides.
They look like the weaker of the two Milan teams, in my opinion.
Milan?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And I called it that Inter's going to win.
You know what? I will agree with you in these past last 2-3 games, they look the weaker side. Yeah.
Another thing, Dybala didn't play this game. And this is the story of Roma. This reliance on Dybala has to stop.
Yeah, no, that's alarming. Alarming.
For Milan, I don't know. Milan's they're not so consistent in Serie A. Like, they beat Napoli 4-0, then they tied against Empoli. And in this game, I thought, Leao had a good game. But besides that, there was other players. Tonali had a good game. But the other attacking players didn't really do much.
I think we should talk about the last 10 minutes.
Yeah. Well, it all started with Celik intercepting the ball, and he put in a cross for Abraham,
Kamara.
No, that was, Kamara's chance where he nearly scored.
Yeah.
But then the second one, Celik got the ball, carried it on, crossed it, Abraham scored. A thing about Abraham was I thought he was actually the best player on the field against Milan. He actually shut down Theo. Mourinho had Abraham playing like a right wing back. So
Mourinho style, though, I think it doesn't work.
You think it doesn't work, but I think
defensively, Roma has improved more than we have over the last couple of years. Yeah, I thought Abraham was a great player in today's game. Mourinho did this in the past when he won the Champions League with Inter. He had Eto'o always playing like a wing back, and he did the same today with Abraham.
It's such a typical Roma game because they score the goal. I say F you to our Milan friend. 2 minutes later, honestly, that cross from Leao, the moment it left his foot, I'm like, damn, that's a goal. Terrible defending. Salamaker scores.
But that's what I mean in the Milan-Inter game. I know this is next week, but they do have a player that can create something out of nothing. Like that cross, it just came out of nowhere. But also Milan also have an issue is, they can't just rely on one player. All those players have to match Leao.
Yeah.
They have to match his creativity or at least play around him. And I did not see that with against the Roma game.
That's what I think they lack.
And Roma also Dybala is like their Leao, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think Dybala, like I always say it time and time again, he's the best player in Serie A and technically best player in the world after Messi, technically. But he never when he's not there, he's injury prone. We've seen this. He's not there. Roma are lost. They look lost.
Yeah,
they look lost. I don't I'll say it again. I don't think Mourinho's style has evolved to match this current state of the game. He plays too passive, ironically. He's always, seen as like this tough guy that will win you matches and all that. But his style has been too passive lately, and results like this happen because of that style.
To be honest, I don't blame Mourinho for this. I think he got it right because we went 1-0 up His whole game plan was a counterattack and score against Milan, which he succeeded in. Now, this is the history of Roma. You score a goal, last minute concede. This is down to the players.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
First of all, Mancini has been great this season, but he headed it straight to layout. Number 2, Patricio, I think for Roma, he's got to go. As a goalkeeper, I think he could have saved that.
Not only that, but the I think it was Spina that playing left wing back at that point. He just came into the center back. No, I mean to the striker. Move to Salamakers, who's wide open, because you're playing a 5 in the back, basically, when you're defending. You know what I mean?
Well,
so why do you have to move in?
Well, I think Milan also have their issues. I mean, like I said, they're not showing any sort of courage in trying and in themselves and confidence in themselves to try to take this game to Roma, to try to break them down. They have the superior players, right? The ball is not on the field. After that, who Roma really have that can match Milan's quality? Nobody. But on the other hand, as we go into the next game, Inter, listen, everybody in the race for the title, they all had opportunities to move up. None of them took it, except one team.
Inter.
And this game was a big one, Inter. Surprisingly, they've had this. They were the opposite this whole season. They were not taking their chances. They were like Milan and Roma. Looking at their last game, but Inter this was a big game against Lazio, the second place team, the rematch. They want their vengeance. They want to give a message to Milan.
Same scoreline too.
Yeah,
they were 1-0 down for a while.
3-1, and what do you know? The players lately that. The Inter's problem was their strikers weren't living up to their standards, right?
Yeah.
Now they are. Lautaro twice. Lukaku now,
2 assists.
Yeah, he's playing well now. This is exactly what you want to see if you're an Inter fan. I hate them, but they're actually proving that they belong in the title race, and that they are the true kings of Milan.
Listen,
because Milan is not showing it.
No, I know for sure. This just shows that they're a really good team because they were losing 1-0 for 75 minutes of the game, and then 3-1 happened. But
one bad news though for Inter, Gosens scored an incredible goal, and he did get injured.
Oh my god! Right as
so he's probably gonna be out.
He jumped really high for that.
That's a problem. That is a problem. But listen, if Inter just come out with this character that they displayed against Lazio in this past few games, really. They do not underestimate their opponents. I could see Inter beating Milan. I could.
Right now, if I'm a Milan fan, I'm kind of scared because, like you said, Inter strikers have been turning up the last couple of weeks, and especially this Lukaku-Lautaro partnership is getting to where it's got to be again.
And let's talk
it's
about
not only them though; it's the whole team, guys. It's not like Milan. You see that it's not. The whole team isn't on when they, in my opinion, against Roma. The whole team isn't on. Inter, the whole team is on. The whole team is on. You know what I mean? Except for a Cherubini.
He made a bad mistake.
No. Yeah, but that's just a Cherubini. That was he had a really poor game in my opinion.
But okay, let's talk about Lazio just really quick. When you see this game, do you think it's Lazio not playing up to their standards, or Inter actually decided to play? And do you think also Lazio is the only reason they're in second place is because the rest of the top teams were inconsistent?
Listen, he might have a different opinion.
Take the bias out of it.
But I think Lazio were never that good. I think they were never that good. I think Inter always had it in them.
Yeah.
But this was always an Inter game to win. I think Lazio was never that good, and Inter just proved it. Because it's just, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm not biased towards Lazio. In one of the episodes, I've said that they're a good team. And I do believe they are a good team. But I do agree that Lazio is only in second place because the others have not really been focusing on Serie A. And the other thing about Lazio is, let's be honest, he's the best striker in the league on his day, Ciro Immobile. This season he's been injured a lot. He came off in the 60th minute. And Lazio were 1-0 up already. Yeah. So I do think Inter won because they're playing well, but also Lazio's best player.
Yeah, of course. But listen, Lazio, I think they do have an underrated team. It's not the best team, but they have some of the best players in Serie A. Milinkovic, Savic, like you said, Immobile, though he hasn't played most of the season. But I do, I will say this. Like I stated earlier, I think the only reason they're in second place is because teams like Milan, Inter, and even Juve, they haven't been playing their best, and they've been fairly inconsistent.
Although Lazio has beaten like almost all the big teams.
That is true, and you got to give them a shout there. But look, Inter now are starting to play well, and you saw a 3-1 result.
Yeah,
exactly. Lazio have nothing to focus on. Inter do.
Says a lot.
Lazio Champions League.
Well, they're pretty high up already. They almost secured their place. Really,
they're a point away from third place. Though.
Yeah, but I think they've managed. They only care about Serie A. Inter have the Champions League.
They have a big game this weekend though, against Milan.
Well, that will. I think that will answer all our questions.
That day.
That will answer all of our past questions. But another team like Milan and Roma who didn't take their opportunities this weekend, Napoli. They could have won the league. They had everything planned, a whole festival planned.
That's crazy.
They tied to Salernitana. That is just that's just karma, honestly.
Listen, they had everything. They were celebrating already. They were like, that's it.
The arrogance of this club and its fans.
Ochoa steps in.
That's
all
I can say.
Has been incredible. And not only him, Buladia on Salernitana has like 13 goals this season. Yeah, but
they're underrated.
Like, listen.
They deserve that goal.
That's what happens when you celebrate too early.
Exactly.
We get it, you're going to win the league, but you didn't win it yet. The game didn't even start, and you're already put in third Scudetto. Like, come on.
The arrogance of this team. They won one Scudetto in, I don't know how many years, 40 years? Almost 40 years? 35 years.
30. Almost over 30.
No, they won it in, okay, yeah. All right, fine. Over 30 years. And you hype yourself up like you're this world beater. You were always this good. Have some class, please. The way they treated, I hate Milan, but the way they treated Milan, the Milan fans, is inexcusable. The way they treated everybody, really, this year. They acted like a bunch of degenerates. And you tied to Salernitana when you could have won it super early.
Really?
I mean, listen.
That's embarrassing.
I get it. They haven't won the league in a long time. They have every right to celebrate. They have every right to rub it in all the teams' faces. But my thing
I don't think so.
My thing is, you cannot say you won the Scudetto already if you didn't win it.
Yeah, right before the game.
We know you're going to win it, but you didn't win it.
I'm really glad they scored the goals for Salernitana. I'm really glad.
No, I'm glad too.
It humbled them.
And I love it because we're close to Salerno, you and I.
I was going to say, don't that mean.
No. You and I. So this is kind of it's a slap in the face for them. I love it. But just a quick shout out. Torino beat Atalanta. Atalanta beat Torino 2-1.
Great game.
Yeah, Torino coming off their win against Lazio, and Atalanta beat them.
Yeah,
Atalanta are a team that I think if you don't watch Serie A, you should watch. They're very entertaining. Yeah. And shout out to Duvan Zapata because this guy he's been injured the whole season, him and Muriel. That's another reason why Atalanta aren't high.
I mean, they have a pretty good squad depth. And like I said before, back to the entertainment part, there's never been in a boring Atalanta game.
The thing is,
that's for sure.
Like, their squad depth is very important because they were 1-1 till the 88th minute. He brings on Duvan. Duvan scored 1 goal this season. It's the shades of like 3 years ago. This guy scored a crazy goal. And Atalanta, for me, I think they might make Champions League.
Atalanta?
I'll tell you why.
I have to disagree with you.
They're the only team besides Lazio that have nothing to focus on. And I think they're better than Lazio, in my opinion.
No, that's just sheer bias. That's not
biased. I think they are.
Lazio is
that is an extreme overstatement.
No, it's not.
Atalanta have not beaten the big teams like Lazio have in the biggest moments.
Yes, they have.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, name.
They beat Roma.
Nah, not really.
I have to check. They did beat. Did they beat?
Yeah, but Lazio. They tied with them. But Lazio, I could give you multiple games off the bat. I mean, the Inter game, the Juve game, they've beaten everyone, really. They beat Roma. That is extreme bias Roma statement, Gap. But
I don't think Atalanta beat Lazio. 2-0.
Exactly.
And Lazio were home.
Yeah, but Lazio have beaten Napoli.
I have to agree with him. Atalanta are better than Lazio.
No, that is not true. That is complete bias.
Bro, it's not biased.
Lazio have beaten Napoli. They've beaten the champions. Atalanta has not.
Honestly, Napoli
Lazio have beaten
disappointed me.
Inter.
It's not really a big...
That is,
I don't know.
Atalanta will not make Champions League. There's too many teams above them that have more of a chance.
I think they have a chance. They have a chance.
I think they'll just narrowly miss it.
The race is big.
All right.
The race is big. But another quick shout out, Fiorentina trash Sampdoria. This is exactly what you're supposed
What
to
a
do.
season they're having.
Sampdoria is getting relegated.
Yeah, that
And it's crazy because last year it's karma. Sampdoria and Genoa played each other, the derby. They beat Genoa. It was like crazy because one of them was going to Serie B. And now Genoa's going to Serie A and Sampdoria.
That's crazy though. Sampdoria and Serie B.
You haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah, no, that's
time.
just crazy. But now, the biggest topic of the day, the topic we cover every week, and it doesn't seem to change. And I
wouldn't
hope it
say
does.
the biggest topic of the day.
It is. Listen, Juventus is Serie A. Whether you like it or not, they are. They are the mascot of Serie A. They are the ones that are always the talk of the town. And first, I just want to talk about the Coppa Italia game real quick.
Well, Marco was right.
Once again.
It was.
No, yeah, you were. And once again, Juventus have the power to win this game.
Do they really, though?
Our fullbacks Bremer played horrible. They lack pace. Inter was beating them. Lautaro was having a field day. Everybody was. Even Checo was outpacing them. But, Allegri, this masterclass genius, all we're doing is whipping crosses in the box. The only player with pace and that's playing well in the back is Kostic. What does he do? Takes him off. He takes him off. He starts Chiesa forward, which is great. But if you're gonna cross it, why would you put Chiesa forward? You would put Vlahovic, right? So what does he do? He takes off Chiesa, puts in Milik. I will say it once and I'll say it again. He's a C+ striker, even in his Napoli days. He is not that great. He's not great at all, actually. But he puts Milik on, but he takes Kostic out. So now what do? You have nobody to cross it in. Milik is not doing anything. Enter score. They break us. They outpace us. We lose.
Wait, you're saying nobody's crossing it in, right?
Nobody, we have nobody good that's crossing in. We are crossing it in.
Besides Kostic.
But I'll tell you, you can't blame your strikers like Milik and Vlahovic if they're getting no service.
Exactly.
No, okay, listen. You watch the game. Milik, service or not, he does get up. He does get chances. He does not put him in. He brings on Vlahovic.
Vlahovic is different than
Vlahovic playing only a few minutes. He does do something. And now, which leads me to the next game after the loss. Juventus Bologna now. 1-1. Okay, this should have been an easy one game.
This should have been a statement.
Okay, Allegri, once again, he doesn't start his best players. He starts Milik out of all people, man. What do you see in this guy?
But he scored.
No, but he gets a penalty, right? First off, the penalty on Bologna was absolutely atrocious, but we get another one, right? We get a penalty. That was the worst penalty kick I've seen in all time. Worst run-up. What are you doing? You're flopping your legs? It's like he wanted to give him that. It's like Milik and Allegri have a secret deal. They're betting on the side. I guarantee you a scandal will come out. Allegri's betting against Juventus, and he's doing this on purpose. Because it's like he wants us to lose. It's like they want us to lose. It's incredible. No, seriously. A scandal will come out. There's no sense of urgency to try to score. He's benching his
like a delusional Juve fan.
No. This is not delusional. This is facts. Okay?
But he at least made up for his error.
Made up or not, he should have made the chance there because we would have had more time to score. There's some
penalty,
players.
Even Messi misses.
There's some young players not a penalty like that. That was like he gave it right to him.
Missing and it's just like
Some young players were doing well, like Ellen Jr. was creating chances, but he can't really finish. We're having clearly problems putting passes together in the attack. Like I said, it's like Allegri's betting against us and he wants us to lose. And I think a scandal will come out. I'm serious. And speaking of that, now something's coming out. Juventus, it's like they want us to lose. Like
my God,
they want to put him as sporting director.
Yeah, now there's news today that I read that Allegri's apparently going to be the sporting director or whatever, and Chiesa, Vlahovic, and Di Maria all want to leave.
That's huge.
The three best players are only forwards, really. Only real forwards. They want to leave.
That's a problem.
I don't know about. I wouldn't really care about Di Maria. He was gonna leave anyway. He's been pretty inconsistent.
No, but this just shows and Pogba's just there for the money. That's the truth. He's just there. He's not.
I don't know what's gonna happen with Juve these next few years.
Juve's been a mess though ever since COVID.
Look at Barca.
It's crazy how one man can destroy Juventus.
It's not one man.
No, it's not one man. But it's mainly one man. Him. It's like Milan in 2011. They knew in the long-term process. They're like, Allegri, please sabotage Juventus. We'll put you in as a spy. And they put him in because he's single-handedly destroyed Juventus.
Well, Milan and Inter's fall was worse than you guys.
Well, right now we're only in there because we have money and our quality of our players is good, but they're gonna leave. After that, that's it. The ignorance and arrogance of this board sticking with Allegri, the money. You're gonna lose even more money in the future if you stay with him. They don't think of the future. They don't think long term. They want it now.
That's exactly why they bought Ronaldo and they messed everything up.
This is we want to win the Champions. We want to win the Champions League. It's a long term process, and this is why other coaches like Conte left. Why certain players left.
Give props to Bologna though. They played a good game.
No, they've been fairly. Listen,
they've been good this season. They're in like 7th place. They beat a bunch of big teams. It's not an easy game.
Yeah, but again, could it be like the Lazio treatment? Could it be because these other teams aren't doing that well? But at the same time, Bologna.
Orsolini, former.
That's another player I want to talk about. Orsolini. Every 5 seconds out here, Orsolini. That guy. For a player that's not well known, and let's be honest, he's not super
good player.
Super high level. He was man of the match for me. I mean, he killed it. He stepped up. He scored the penalty too. I believe, yeah.
I've always liked Orsolini.
I don't know why Juve.
He did what he had to do.
I thought he would have been good for Juve.
They always love to sell the wingers.
Him and Kulusevski.
Kulusevski, I think was a big. But like I said, Allegri's got to go. Getting rid of Pirlo was the biggest mistake we made. Now Zidane wants to coach Juve. I don't even know if they'll get him. I don't even know. I mean, we haven't seen him coach in a while. I don't know if he's still up to standard. I take Zidane or Pirlo. Allegri's got to go.
Where's Conte go?
I have no idea. Well, that concludes all the Juventus talk. Just one really quick thing. We'll cover our predictions for this midweek game. So really quick, Agab, what do you have for me?
Atalanta Spezia.
I mean, you can start with that.
Spezia have had their Balzola was Bolza. What's his name?
No, Nzola, yeah.
Nzola. Sorry, I can't pronounce his name. He's doing good this year. I think Spezia will get a goal, but I think
they have their moments.
Atalanta also sometimes underestimates small teams, but I think this will be a 3-1 game for Atalanta.
I say 3-1 as well. Atalanta.
I think Spezia will get the goal, but that's it.
I was going to say that.
I think 2-0 Atalanta.
No, I said the goal too, exactly.
I think Spezia will get the goal.
Yeah. Juve Lecce.
Listen,
I'm not going to lie.
Aren't that bad.
Yeah,
I'm not going to lie. I sense a draw. 1-1.
Bro, let me 1-1. Yeah, me too.
That's like predictable.
Yeah, no. All right, you know what? I'm going to go with 2-2.
You're going with 2-2?
Because it's a draw.
I think Juve is going to wake up this game. They're going to win 1-0.
Wake up 1-0.
I mean, with Juve, it's either 1-0, 1-1, or we lose.
Next game, Salernitana Fiorentina.
Ooh,
that's a good game.
That's a great game.
I actually think despite Salernitana's performance against Napoli, Fiorentina, I think they're going to win this.
I swear, if you see my
I'm going to go with... Damn, I'm leaning towards a goal for Salernitana or not. You know what? I'm going to go with 2-0 Fiorentina.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they're going to score a lot of goals, but I think it's going to be 3-2.
3-2? Wow.
I think 2-1 Salernitana.
Yeah, I was originally going to go with that.
Yeah.
The way Fiorentina is playing right now?
But I think Salernitana at home is pretty good. They tied Inter.
Yeah, but, I mean, they've lost away before. I mean...
You mean home?
I mean, no, you said their win, but I think Fiorentina's been playing well, but they're also inconsistent. It's tough, but I'm going to go with the 2-0.
Next game, big one, because Verona-Inter.
Oh,
Verona's
no joke.
They're like looking to get out of the relegation zone.
Normally, I would have said 1-1. But Inter, the way they've been playing lately.
You never know with them, though.
No, but
No. The way they've been playing lately, I'm gonna go with 2-0 Inter.
Man, that's a big one. I don't know, honestly. I can say 2-0. That's too easy.
I'm gonna go 2-0 Inter too. I do.
All of that to agree with me.
I can kind of.
I do believe that they're gonna win 2-0.
Marco, what are you?
I mean, I'm gonna go with 2-1 because I was gonna say 2-0 too, but 2-1.
Verona though is gonna put up a fight.
That's what I mean.
They really need to win.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything
no
else?
joke right now.
Milan Cremonese. I mean, I think Milan's gonna win 3-0.
3-0?
Yeah.
3-0, I think is too much, given the way they've been playing lately.
I say 2-1 Milan. Lay out twice.
I'm going to go with 2-0. Lay out twice.
I'm back.
You know what? I think actually Giroud scored this game. Wow. Yeah, it's Cremonese.
All that talk.
No, but it's Cremonese. It's
Monza Roma. Not an easy game.
You know what? I'm not going to lie.
Draw.
It's either a draw or we're losing. I don't know, honestly. I don't know.
I think
1-1.
I think Roma's gonna actually pull it off 2-1.
2-1.
I say 2-2.
Yeah, see, sometimes I'm like leaning towards like close to yours, but then I'm like, you know what? I think Roma will
I say
tie.
2-2. I say 2-2.
All right, I'll tie this.
Lazio Sassuolo.
Sassuolo's
they're good.
Not this season.
No, but
good this year.
For some reason, I see Sassuolo winning this game.
That's what I mean. Like they pull it off
much?
Sometimes. They pull it off sometimes.
Maybe 2-1 Sassuolo, honestly.
If you something in the history of Serie
Penalty.
A is midweek games, there's always a shock.
I think Sassuolo's getting this.
I could see this one being it because Lazio's
2-1.
home. I don't know. I see 2-1 Sassuolo.
That's what I say.
Yeah.
Guys, I want to go with 2-1 as well. Like I gotta speak first, so it's
No. Well, we'll change it. Okay,
Last game. Udinese and Napoli. Napoli need 1 point or Lazio to drop points to win.
I have a feeling they'll tie this one.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, I'm gonna go with 1-1.
1-1?
No,
1-1.
I think Napoli's gonna win this.
I say 1-1.
This one?
2-0 Napoli. They're gonna win the league. This game.
I think Napoli lose this one. I think
what?
Yes. Listen, Udinese have had you can't cut them this year. They've had
they're good. Games. They're a good team.
Udinese win 2-1.
Damn.
All right, so you got them tie,
win,
and I got Napoli winning.
Yeah. Well, this concludes everything for today. Tune us in. We'll be covering the midweek games and the Champions League. Tune in to next time. Follow us on Instagram and on TikTok. The links are in our YouTube channel. And subscribe. Like and subscribe if you enjoy the content.
Hope you enjoyed the video.
Peace.